Every now and again, a game comes along to remind us that we are human, that as an AI, they can be superior to us. The key word there is can and not always. This is exactly what the aquatic adventure of The Last Human manages to achieve, making you feel inferior to its brutally challenging boss battles over and over again. But patience and virtue will pay off, and by overcoming these brilliantly designed bosses, you'll be able to progress on a shallow but stunning adventure through the pixelated abyss. The game opens with a short cutscene that sees a spaceship flying submarine enter a wormhole to another galaxy, only to return several thousand years later. Upon their return, the ship is plummeted through the ice and into the ocean. It doesn't take long to realise that the ocean is actually, in fact, all that is left of Earth. Due to global warming, humanity took refuge in underwater facilities, broken up into districts. This is really all the game tells you. The rest of the story can be pieced together through finding different logs scattered throughout the underwater caverns. Although these snippets of information provide some insight into what happened while you were away, they are also made up of some pretty useless information, making me question why some of them were even there at all. Upon finishing the game, I had enough of an understanding of what took place below the waves and a slight insight into some personal melodramas, but wonder if I hadn't spent so much time exploring, would I have missed key elements of the hidden narrative? This leads me onto the exploration in the aquatic adventure of The Last Human. First of all, the game is a strict Metroidvania, meaning exploration is a must. In classic Metroidvania fashion, the map is split up into rectangle sections, most of which require additional abilities to venture into, but more on the abilities later. The stresses of finding your way around are slightly eased with hidden ship upgrades, and these upgrades can genuinely make a difference to the grueling boss fights. Although exploration is a huge part of this classically inspired genre, I did feel it was a little clunky in the aquatic adventures of The Last Human. There almost felt too much emphasis on backtracking, and although the pixelated underwater environments look absolutely stunning, there's only so many times I want to see an underwater McDonald's. One element that does benefit from this exploration is the discovery of the ferocious underwater creatures that offer some of the best boss fights I've played in a very long time. Make no mistake, these encounters are seriously challenging, some even taking close to an hour to overcome. But what stands out about these tense battles is that they don't feel cheap. Each boss has its own flaws that you need to find and exploit if you want to come out on top. The last time I personally experienced bosses like this was in Bloodborne, where every death felt like one step closer to victory. I love this approach that developers YCJY took in delivering both thoughtful and challenging encounters. Although this challenge could put off a lot of people, I urge you to stay resilient and patient as the underwater encounters only get better as you delve deeper into the abyss. Not only do these submarine hungry creatures grow in creativity as you descend the depths of the ocean, but they also grow in difficulty. This difficulty spike is often down to you as the player rather than the game. As with the aquatic adventure of The Last Human being a Metroidvania, a lot of the bosses can be encountered in almost any order you choose. Upon defeating a boss, you'll acquire a pretty handy upgrade for your ship. Unlike the crates you'll find throughout the environment, these do not improve existing parts of your submarine. Instead, they add to them. They include the abilities such as a shield, a dash, or even torpedoes, all of which can not only open up new areas to explore, but also provide a key edge in the boss encounters. The aquatic adventure of The Last Human is no doubt one of the most challenging games I have played through for a long time. The underwater pixelated environments are stunning and full of wonderfully animated marine animals that will often make you stop and stare in awe. But no matter how pretty the game is, the emphasis on continual backtracking can get pretty boring. However, it's not the vibrant and immersive environments that I'll remember the game for. This I owe to the brilliantly designed boss encounters that took me through almost every emotion available and made my time under the waves a worthwhile adventure. For more on indie games or to see what we've been playing recently, why not check out episode 28 of the Indie Credible podcast? And to keep up to date with the latest indie game content including Let's Plays, previews and reviews, make sure you subscribe and check out indie-credible.com.